Did you know you had him lined up with that overhand right?
I put my head like right to his chest, like right under his chin. Like I knew like, okay, this is where my head is. I'm just gonna bring over the right hand, and if it lands, it lands, and it did. We all knew he likes to talk. He's been talking a bunch, so the talk is just talk. We get to find out come October 26th, and I can't wait. I can't wait.
David Adesanya here, your uncrowned 145-pound champion. Joining me today is a certified Hall of Famer. This man made his UFC debut all the way back in 2012 at the tender age of 20. We have been blessed enough to watch this man grow and develop into a champion. He is now 32 years young and a veteran of 29 bouts inside the octagon with one of the best resumes in the company's history. They tried to write him off after his trilogy with Alex the Great Volkanovski, but he would not be denied. He stole the show at UFC 300 with one of the best knockouts in UFC history, defeating the very dangerous Justin Gaethje at 155 pounds. The baddest motherfucker in the game, Max Blessed Holloway. Thank you so much for the time and the opportunity you've given me today. I really appreciate it, brother.
My man, thank you for the introduction. That was awesome.
Hey, all facts, man. I am just here to be undeniable. That's what your quote was after the Korean zombie fight, before 300, when people were asking about, the title picture. We won't celebrate yet, the fight hasn't happened yet, but I feel like your mentality and your approach to the MMA landscape at that moment of your career, was very inspiring, and it's what everyday people can take to, their approach in life. It doesn't matter how many times you get knocked down, it's how many times you get up, or just, perseverance and everything else. My first question is, what do you attribute that mindset to? And how did you not let the trilogy with Volk affect the confidence in yourself and your skill set?
I contributed to where I grew up. I'm from this little town called Waianae on the west side of Oahu, and at the end of the day, you ain't own anything from over there.
I fight from Waianae, like trying to show people that we're not bad kids. Like fighting in the ring is more better than on the street.
That's the reason why he's good, is because he pushed beyond the pain, beyond what anybody said. Just never give up.
I was never ever given anything. I was never ever the handouts.
No matter the obstacles Max faces, his views remain positive.
You shouldn't even give up. Like, what is that? If you give up, you're certified loser. If you try, you at least win in your book.
Well, Max Holloway was game as hell, but the champion Alex Volkanovski with a signature performance.
After that third Volk fight, people telling me that I wouldn't be able to fight for a title again, or even I should just retire. They were saying I should retire the sport, and I just thought that was funny. I got a lot more time in this game, so come October 26th, we get to find out who gets the last laugh.
Yeah. Before we get into that fight, let's just revisit UFC 300. And I was fortunate enough to be there cage side during that event. I was filming Izzy for the reaction video, and thankfully, in that last 10 seconds, as I had the camera there, I turned towards the cage to be able to witness the finishing sequence. Did you know you had him lined up with that overhand right, and that shot was going to be on target when you threw it?
For sure. I just wanted to close this. If you see, I go body. I put my head like right to his chest, like right under his chin. Like I knew like, okay, I'm right under his chin. This is where my head is. I'm just gonna bring over the right hand, and if it lands, it lands, and it did. So it was quite a moment.
Do you remember that moment vividly, or was it such an intense moment that it felt like an out-of-body type experience? Because you see your reaction to it, and it's like, you went super sad. It was such a cinematic, such a movie, and then you're just like,
I think it was an out-of-body moment. I think so. The couple of seconds before, I knew everything leading up to it, because I was like, my coach is like ringside. They're like, a minute. 30 seconds, and I was like, holy shit, this is the longest minute 30 seconds ever in my life, and then when I finally heard the claps for 10 seconds, I went to the center, I welcomed Gaethje, and that was an out-of-body experience after landing him, because I was like, oh man, just you saw the build up to the fight. It was like a smaller guy going against a Justin Gaethje, my career is done. People saying I'm definitely gonna die now. Like I never got knocked out. They're like I'm gonna get killed by Gaethje, and so many naysayers. And to be able to have that moment, actually have the fight before the moment, like I felt like I was on fire. I felt like everything was just going my way that fight, and then to finish it off with the knockout on the card of UFC 300, man, it was just so real. So I think so. I had an out-of-body moment as soon as it landed. That's why I went Super Saiyan 3, you know? So it was awesome.
In your preparations leading into a fight, do you visualize how the fight's going to go, or sequences, or any of that type of mental preparation stuff beforehand?
For sure. I think visualization is key to anything. Is key to life and whatever you're doing. You know, if you don't have a vision, then you're just shooting from the hip. You're just shooting blindly. You know, you need to have a vision. You need to have an idea of what way it's going to go, how it's going to go, and then you need to have visions for everything going right, and then you need to have visions for how things might go wrong and how you can fix it to get back on the right path, right? So at the end of the day, I think visualization is key in anything you do, you know, like to your common job, to do whatever, you know. That's the only way you get better. If you're not visualizing things of the ways to get better or ways to improve, then you're just stuck in a cycle, you know. You're stuck in the matrix, and you're just kind of going, you're being a NCP, that's not NPC, a non-playable character, bro. You want to be in control, you know. You want to be in control. You want to take control of your life, you know. Visualization is key.
Is that something that you've always done, or something that you've picked up along the way in your career?
I mean, I think I was blessed enough to do that all the time, to visualize, you know, and to say stuff. You know, I said some real out of pocket stuff when I was coming up to the UFC, even when I was in the UFC. You know, I trained with guys that would train with people would come to Hawaii, and I would tell, they would train like with other UFC fighters at the time, and I would tell them, bro, this is me like 0-1 in the UFC, telling him like I'd kill him in a fight, you know. I'd kill so and so in a fight, and blah blah blah. And he'd just look at me like I was crazy. And that's just what it is, you know. That's the self-confidence that you need in anything, you know. If you don't think you're the best in what you're doing, then why are you doing it? You know, like anything I ever do, you know, playing video games, streaming, like I want to be the best video game guy. I want to be the best streamer. I want to be the best YouTube content creator. That's just the way I attack everything. And if you're not trying to be the best, then why even do it?
You have been crowned interim featherweight champion, undisputed featherweight champion, and now the baddest motherfucker in the whole game. Which would you say was the sweetest?
I think the sweetest, personally, for me, would have to be the Jose Aldo fight in Rio. You know, to fight this man that I still think is the featherweight goal, you know. Be able to fight him, you know, there's a saying, you know, train till your idols become your rivals, and that was crazy to fight him. I was fighting for the undisputed title. I was fighting the King of Rio in Rio to get the finish there. That nothing's ever gonna top that moment for me, you know. I know UFC 300 was huge. I know what it did for my career, but you know, doing that to Jose Aldo, the King of Rio in Rio, was is something that moment is never ever gonna get topped. I believe.
Options. You had plenty of options after UFC 300. Was there a thought of sticking around lightweight for another 155-pound fight when your body had been, you know, accustomed and you had made all the changes, or were your eyes solely set on going back down and facing Ilia?
It was always Ilia. You know, no matter what the outcome was at UFC 300, I was telling everybody, you can even go back and see me talking about it. No matter what way it went, I was like, I want Ilia Topuria. I want him. He's supposedly this new generation guy, this new type of fighter. Like I said, he got signed to the UFC as a grappler, wrestler, but he been just knocking guys out. So, you know, he's a complete fighter. He beat a man that I couldn't figure out for 3 fights. I couldn't beat in 3 fights. So him doing that, him having everything, people telling me that I would never ever be able to fight for the 145 belt again. I was like, man, this is what I want. I want to go back down and, you know, prove the naysayers wrong and let them know that the blessing stood in effect.
The face-to-face interview that you guys had in the build-up, did he get under your skin?
No, not really. I mean, I was just like, some of the stuff that he was saying was just kind of funny, you know. Like, I mean, he was saying that I was forced. I didn't want to fight him when all my interviews before UFC 300 was saying I want to fight him no matter what. The first guy I called out after UFC 300 was him, and he's saying I was forced, which was kind of crazy. But last time I checked, there's actually a MMA article out there written of him saying that he would never fight me if the BMF title is not on the line. So at the end of the day, the last time I checked, the UFC did not put the BMF title on the line. So that means one of us is getting forced to fight someone, and it's obviously not me.
I mean, I would say this would be, because when you fought Conor wasn't really at his like trash talk peak.
Yeah.
And outside of that, I would say the most intense I think we have seen you would be maybe going into that third Volk fight.
Volk, right, for sure.
That's the most intense we've seen you. Is he even getting under your skin to get you to that level of intensity, or are you just laughing everything off?
Nah, not really. I just laughing everything off, man. It is what it is. It's a fight game, and we all knew he likes to talk. He's been talking a bunch, so at the end of the day, the talk is just talk. We get to find out come October 26th, and I can't wait. I can't wait. There's no better job in the world. This man can talk, and I can go out there and punch him in the face without getting into trouble. So it's gonna be a fun one.
What would be, let's say, the one thing you think Ilia does best, if you had to give him credit for a skill set?
I think his best attribute is he's just super athletic, bro. Super explosive. The hugest takeaway of everything he does is athleticism. He's explosive on his jiu-jitsu and stuff, but his athleticism, I think so. Even with his striking, his athleticism helps him a lot. So
how sweet would it be to take his O after this bout?
Oh, it'd be sweet, man. It'd be sweet, man. Like I said before, I took a bunch of people's donuts, and I gave a bunch of people churros. So at the end of the day, this ain't gonna be nothing new, man. I love donuts. I love them, and I can't wait.
At 32 years young and having accomplished so much with your resume, title fights, BMF, and the way you got it, what more do you want to accomplish?
I just want to leave a legacy, I just want to get more. Their stats that I don't have, stat lines that I don't have, records that I don't have. I want to set the bar, and then, for the next generation, be like, hey, this is the bar, go beat it, and hopefully they can beat it and inspire the next generation, and then the next generation inspire the next generation after that. That's just what we are here on this earth to do. We're here to inspire the next generation, and if I can inspire the next one and get some stats on the way and some records, and if people strive to beat them, then I'm doing my job.
When you sort of think about how you want to write the remainder of your story, do you see yourself sort of like going out on top, let's say, title fight win, you get your hand raised and put things down in that sort of scenario? Or would it be when your body starts to tell you that, okay, it might be time? Like, have you sort of thought about how you want to write the ending?
Of course, like I said, visualization is key to sport. If I get to, the main thing is I wanna retire the sport and not have the sport retire me. You hear all the greats say this, and you see some of the greats get lost in the sauce with that. But I want to retire the sport before the sport retire me, for sure. If it's after a title win, I put it down and whatever, then so be it. If it's my body can keep going, and I keep going as long as I'm having competitive fights and I'm fighting the best in the world, then why not? But that's the main thing. My main thing is I always want to be fighting the best. If I'm in the talk of fighting the best, if I'm around the pound for pound, if I'm always in the top 3 or championship fights, then why not? But once I start falling and I start seeing like, yeah, maybe I can't hang with these guys, then that's the time that you gotta tell yourself like, the sport moved on. So at the end of the day, we see what happens. I think so. I got a bunch of more time in this sport. Like you said, I'm only 32 years old, and of course you visualize that kind of stuff, but right now we got something big cooking, so that's all the focus.
Right now we're locked in. And talking about being locked in, what games were you playing during training camp?
Brother, I just been playing Apex Legends, first person shooter game, and then, yes sir, and then shout out. Yes, sir. Then shout out to Steak US, man. Nothing funner than doing some gamma stream.
I never did see a... Oh, there he is! There he is! There he is! There he is! Let's go! Let's go!
I stream on Kick. Love doing the Gamma streams because I can talk and interact with the fans and talk stories about it. Much more better than when I'm playing Apex. Because when I'm Apex, I am locked in, man. The chat is like telling me like, hey, they don't even know. Max doesn't even know we're here. He forgot that he's streaming and stuff.
Do you rage when you stream, or are you pretty chill?
Bro, I like I'm locked in when we're playing Apex, bro. So I might kind of lose control. If I'm playing with some certain people, you might hear me banter with my cousins and stuff, and asking them, why are you so shitty or something. So you know, at the end of the day, we have fun. I love it. I love streaming. I love using it as a way to connect to fans and you know, just let people know that we're human beings. You know, a lot of people, I mean, I sure you see it. A lot of people put us fighters like we're superheroes or something. We're made out of something, and we, you know, like we shouldn't let things affect us. But no, man, we're human just like you. I lose my mind when I'm getting my ass shot in Apex Legends by a hacker. You know what I mean? And that's just what it is.
We are wishing you all the best this Saturday night in Abu Dhabi, my brother. Thank you so much again for the time and the opportunity for us to have this first interview. Do you want to shout out any other things? Just give the YouTube a shout out and the Kick a shout out.
For sure, man. If you guys want to see the YouTube content, youtube.com/Max Holloway. Same thing on kick.com/Max Holloway. If you want to see me lose my mind on video games or just come and chill and talk. And you know, the YouTube content is super fun. We've been doing a bunch of vlogs with the family. We do training stuff, but I love doing the vlog stuff. I love doing the eating stuff. So at the end of the day, you want to see how this 145er can eat, because I can out eat most of you guys. Come on too.
Thank you so much. Link in the description, guys. Just a couple 145-pound champions having a little talk. But thank you so much, Max. I really appreciate it, man. I'm going to let you go and get some rest and enjoy the rest of your evening. Thank you again, brother.
Thank you, brother. You have a good one.
Hey guys, what's up? Izzy here. Like, subscribe, and comment if you enjoyed this video.